everybody. Welcome back to your favorite podcast. It's me, KateLynn, and it's also Coach Lindsey. Say hi.
Hi. Welcome to also my favorite podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Better be. Yeah, so it's like the middle of that weird week between Christmas and New Year's. How was your Christmas?
It was good. It was fun. How was yours?
I was all alone.
Where was Mark?
In Miami.
You didn't tell me you left him there.
No, he came back for like a week, and then he left me again.
Ooh. That's okay.
I've been saying this whole schedule to all my friends and family for months that this was what was going to happen.
You literally never told me this.
I'm positive. I
swear to God you didn't tell me that.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm telling you now. And anyway, but I've been telling a lot of people, and Mark's been around me every single time I talk about it. And just up until like last week, he decided to finally tell me that he felt like he didn't think I was representing him in the best light, because apparently I was making it sound like I wasn't invited to his family's Christmas, or that I had no other options for Christmas and all I could do is just be alone. And I'm like, no, if you listen to what I'm telling everybody, is I'm saying that like I want to be home because of the cruise and all the other traveling that we've been doing. I just wanted to be home. I wanted to be. He doesn't listen, so.
So are you saying you were completely alone on Christmas right in front of Walter and Jasmine?
Yeah, I watched like 8 movies that day.
But they were there, so they probably are also offended by that. So you are offending every single person you live with and Kat.
They loved it.
Well, yeah. I love being home. I really do. Like, that's where all my stuff is. The smells are good. Like, I'm not weirded out by any soft surfaces like bedding or sofas or anything. Like, I love and the older I get, like, oh my God, the more concentrated that desire to just be home. Like, Matt and I got in bed and we did our old people. We got in, we're like, oh God, this feels so good. To get in our bed that we spent $1 million on.
That is so funny.
I was like, is this getting to the point for you, or is it just me that when we're going to travel, like, yeah, we're excited. We picked it out for ourselves. But also you're like, it'd also be cool if I could stay home and sleep in this bed and not be scared when the comforter touched my face.
I don't think that. I'm not weirded out by other people's bedding. Which
I am.
Thought about. Oh.
People be doing stuff on vacation. On the couches, on the sofa, like, do you know, you're probably not even old enough, but 2020, one of my favorite shows, it's akin to Dateline. They're cousins. 2020, Dateline, 60 Minutes, all in the same family.
Yeah.
They did a blacklight episode where they went into hotels, like Motel 6, all the way up to Ritz-Carlton. Equal nasty. All equal. There's bodily fluids everywhere. Semen as far as the eye can see. It's just everywhere, like confetti. Horrible.
As far as the eye can see. That's going to be the title of this episode.
We'll get some clicks, but then also followed by disappointment.
Big time clicks. Yeah. Anyway, on another note.
What's important to know your facts?
What are you doing? Yeah, I'm not going to look. It's like that documentary, the What the Health. Did you ever watch that?
I watched part of it. I get like real turned off by stuff that I can tell is very like extremely skewed.
Oh yeah.
To one, like an end goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I can't remember what the one I was halfway through it and I was like, wait a minute. This is a bunch of damn vegans. You know, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't say it when they come in, but they start like telling you these really like extreme one-sided facts of look, you're not going to get me to argue that our food industry is not horrifying. But when I sense that something is like really like trying to move you to their side by any and all costs, by shock tactics, that's a turnoff for me. It's from being in the health and fitness industry for too long. Sorry, I keep having to let dogs in and out over and over.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. What are you doing for New Year's? You're leaving tomorrow?
We're going up to Fayetteville, Arkansas. We've got tickets. Matt's employees bought it. Hello, Sir Walter. Matt's people at his work bought him 4 tickets for us to go to a Razorback basketball game. And that is my favorite sport to attend. So I'm excited to go to that.
Interesting.
It's short.
Basketball? Wait, no.
It's the shortest sports ball game. Hockey. I like hockey, but we don't have that here.
This is basketball. What are you talking about?
Basketball.
Oh.
It's short. It's the shortest
sport. I would argue
sport.
hockey's shorter.
How long is hockey?
3/4, 45 minutes a pop.
Basketball shorter. 2 halves.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's fun. Stop. Anyway.
Well, basketball does lots of whistleblowing, and Charlie doesn't like to go to any sporting events, and she was like, oh, basketball. I was like, do you even know what basketball is? And she goes, yeah, it goes like this. The shoes. I was like, oh, yeah, that's the one.
That's so cute. She's the funniest person. That does sound like fun. We're having a big Rager blowout party at my house. You would love it.
At your house?
At the apartment, yeah.
The one you're standing in?
Yeah.
How many people are coming over?
Oh, like a dozen. It's not that much.
Oh. What are you making?
I don't know, but I'll have champagne and we have the best view of the fireworks and I'm going to get all glammed up and I'll be at home. Like, that's the dream.
If they leave. Yeah.
Don't leave. I have all the same type of friends. No, like 1201.
Oh, no. No, we're actually coming back on the 31st from our trip. So we're leaving Thursday, coming back on Sunday. We're going, I think, straight to a friend that's having a New Year's Eve brunch. And then I feel like me and the Mr. Black will be really excited about getting into our bed and be asleep way before midnight. We'll celebrate early if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'd be like, night, night. Yeah.
That's so funny. I get the bed thing though, because I think about, I love to sleep. I love to be in my bed. It is such a luxury to have my own bed and it be as comfortable as it is. And
it smells good in there.
How I like it.
Oh my gosh, it's the
best.
You know where all your stuff is, all your breakfast stuff. And like trying to take a shower that first night away, 50 trips to the bag, trying to find spaces to put all your stuff where it don't fall down in the shower. God forbid that shower curtain touches some part of my body.
I'm surprised you even come on our team retreats.
Well, I do. I have comments, but I come.
You definitely have comments. So funny. Oh, wow. Well, I'm so happy you blessed us with your presence when you...
I think we should just have it at my house. That's all I'm saying.
I would do that. I would definitely do that. Anyway, so this episode, we wanted to reflect on our year of 2023, like the little angels we are.
Yeah.
And talk about kind of the things we've learned. And I just did recorded tomorrow's video, so 5 minutes ago. Well, more than that. And I talked about some of the people's responses to what made them happy in 2023, which I want to hear from you. What made you happy, as well as, and I'll obviously say all the same stuff, but as well as some of the things that you learned and how you grew over the year.
Oh, okay. So what do I say? What do you want me to start with?
What made you happy?
I mean, it's like, how to say this without sounding like an asshole, but I mean, everything in my life is really good. Knock on wood. Never trying to tempt the universe to learn me a humble lesson. Okay. I like,
Yeah.
but like my family's awesome. They always make me happy. Good group of folks around this address. I like my dogs. I love my job. I can actually say, of course, we are a small group, so that helps. I love everybody I work with. Right? It's just, I mean,
Especially
everything about this. Yes, me and you are especially tight. We are. But I just, this is the best place in life I've ever been. I probably say that every year. But like, everything's just really, really good for me. You know, it's one of those things like everybody's healthy. Everybody's in a good place. We're comfortable. We're secure. And that's really all I need to be happy.
Aw, I get that. Well, too, no, buddy. There's like one nail that he has in his paw that will tear everything apart. Including these expensive leggings. Hold on, let me pull them up.
Here's the fur balls. Hello, fluffers.
I love that. I get to. I'm definitely in like the best place that I've ever been in my life. Like, I was talking about this with a friend the other day. Who was it? Where they're like, I don't understand the people who are like, I miss my 20s. I want to go back to my 20s. And they're like, no, those were the worst. I was financially like in the hole. It was always a struggle. All these relationships and you just weren't stable. Yeah. And I'm like, I've never missed my 20s. There's not one second I wish I could
said
go back.
A day in my life I wish I was still in, or my 30s. Yeah. I've never wished to backtrack anything. From my perspective, here is when I look back, everything has gotten progressively better as I've gotten older. Like everything. I mean, you know, you lose people, grandparents, my dad, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Is like,
there's tough times. There's
tough times, and as you get older, they become more often. And that was something we were talking about the other day. I was like, man, your 40s and 50s, probably not in my 50s yet, but I can only assume the occurrences happen more and more. It's when like it's semi-normal for someone you know to die.
Yeah. But also it's not weird. Normal at the same time.
Oh, it does not feel normal, but it happens. Like parents, grandparents, people you went to high school with. It's just that part is a little foreboding. The mortality, the very clear mortality of you. That part's been a little different, I think, as you get older, and this year, a few things like that. And I don't feel immortal anymore. I'll say that.
You actually feel very immortal?
Well, you know, when you think about when you were in your 20s, like hearing about somebody dying did not seem closely connected to any possibility that could happen to you.
No, yeah, that's true. You don't really think about the end of life very often, but I've always kind of thought that way, though, where it's like, but it was always the sense of like decision making. So, like, well, if you died tomorrow, it sounds cliche, but I think that a lot. Like, is this gonna matter on my deathbed? Like, KateLynn, that's morbid. Like, but I think that, like, is it gonna be worth it for me?
That.
I've always thought that way.
Well, it's your house. Of course, you can't. You can't live like you're dying, or you would just be sitting around bawling like your kids hug you all day.
I'm not depressed. Yeah,
right. But it's like how I think about way too often. Southern Baptist upbringing here. I think about the rapture a lot.
I do too. Well, my mom makes sure she reminds me too. I'll tell you that.
You don't have to remind me. I just think it happens all the time. Like, and every time I'm somewhere seedy.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm like, I hope Jesus doesn't come back right now. I'd be like, not a fair representation.
No, but that's not what it looks like.
This is a one-off. I'm just randomly at a drag show.
I was just gonna say, where have you been that seedy? Like,
you just end up places like when I went to Nashville. Do you remember that last time I was there?
Did you go to the strip club?
No, but I was in like this bar thing. I told you about it.
Was it the coyote one? Oh boy, this is not
girl. I don't know.
The one the where she stands up on Wild Coyote. Is that what it's called?
Are you talking about Coyote Ugly, like the movie?
Coyote, yeah.
Oh my God, you.
Well,
no, it wasn't Coyote Ugly.
Coyote Ugly. They have that bar here, so
it was just in my head. It's like if all if God, I'm never in a bar. Please don't come right now, Jesus.
That's very wholesome of you.
I'm going to be wearing. I'm in a crop top.
That is very Southern Baptist of you. I'm in a crop top. I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That is so funny, but I've always thought that way. Even when I was younger, I just remember like being like a child, just thinking like, what is life? The universe is all around me, realizing how small you are in comparison to the world. But at the same time, it wouldn't make me depressed. It was just like, boop, beep, boop. I'm naturally an optimist, but it's just like, this is my little corner of the world, and I'm going to make the most of it and be happy and influence people however I can in the best ways possible. Just love others, and that's it.
Mostly, yes.
Mostly, yes. Okay. What about what you've learned this year? I was actually trying to think of this myself. I'm like, I know how I've grown.
Well, what was different for me this year than in like the previous couple of years before that I did like notice is I was not this entire year was not getting ready for a competition at all. So not dieting at all. And for the couple of years prior, it was new to me too. So that, having that deadline of you are going to compete in a bodybuilding competition, that's a big push. That's a big motivation to hammer down on nutrition and workouts and be on top of everything. So it was coming into a space this year where I really had to be intrinsically motivated. I really did. I had to just not focus on this. I didn't have a date, like a looming date, and the excitement and all the things that come with anticipation and getting ready for stuff. I did not have that energy to put into macros and tracking and weighing my food and packing a cooler on trips and making sure I get in all my water and all of those things. So that was like a conscious effort more for me this year, which I always enjoy on getting ready for a competition. And I've enjoyed not because I learned something and I feel like it makes me be able to help my lifestyle clients more because people do struggle with motivation and trying to get fit for what just besides I just know I should be more fit, or you lose sight of why you're doing it and why it's important to you. And when you lose sight of it, you lose the energy for it. And when you lose it, and that's what the motivation is the energy for it, then you start to let go of it here and there. And then you're not getting results and so on and so forth. So it was cool to me. And I absolutely kept coaching. I've not missed a check-in in years.
I thought you missed mine the other day. It was so sad. Remember?
Oh no! It just was not attaching. It was the second time. You talk about full blown panic. Where I went back to the trainer house and I was like, "Everybody that's checked in here, I'm like going back through."
Well, I was like, that's why I was like, how do I word this text message to make it not have her panic? I was like,
full panic.
Oh, but yeah, all right.
It was two people, but I don't know I don't know. I don't even know who to blame. Loom, trainer ads, I don't know.
Both. Not you, though.
No, I did it. Baby, I do my check-ins.
That's good. So, are you kind of like, because you'll start your prep January 1st,
Next week!
Right?
Whoa. I'm so ready. No, because she'll probably change things if she does. You never know. Like, you don't know. I don't know. But probably January 3rd-ish. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you like, I know you're definitely excited for it, but is it kind of like,
No, I'm gotten to a weird spot now where I just love the sport.
Okay.
Like, I just want to play. Just put me in, coach.
Aww. I'll never understand that.
I've worked so hard and put in so much time underneath weight and a barbell and lifting and trying really hard to grow specific body. Because that's why, the year off for me, I don't grow muscle easily. I am not genetically blessed. I mean, in some ways, I guess you could say, but nothing comes easy for me. I work my ass on for everything that for me, that's health and fitness. That's just how it is. So
that is
I work
so funny
really hard to put muscle on, and I work really hard to get fat off. Nothing snaps in place for me ever.
I definitely hear that second part, because muscle is definitely easy. That's what I was saying. Like, it's just so funny how like God is with how he created humans and how our genetics are, because you're literally just as strong as I am, if not stronger. Like, honestly. But like,
I am strong.
But I look stronger than you. Like, just
everybody looks stronger than me.
But
and people think I'm a runner, KateLynn. I get that ass all the time. Like, oh, you look like a runner. I'm like, well,
you just got those legs. The little legs.
Just because they're long.
Yeah, that's what runners look like.
Do they though?
They do.
Anyway, I'm like, no, I'm a bodybuilder.
Oh my God. That's so offensive of you.
I know. Probably the same way runners feel if they get asked if they bodybuilder. Like, ew.
Do they though?
I don't know. I ain't never been a runner. Can't speak for them.
Sorry. That's better. Okay. Time to lighten up the light. That makes sense. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for me, this year, I was trying to think about it. Because it's like one of those things where it's like, what was your win of the week? And you're like, I don't know. And you just don't think about it and move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, I know I've grown over the past year, like, especially with my self-discipline. And I think a big thing too is just getting over a lot of my shit, which still getting over some shit. Mm-hmm. But what?
I'm just like, as your coach, I'm like, tell me more. Let's get it out. Like, what are we doing? Come on, let's go.
Oh, is this a one-on-one? Oh my gosh.
Yes. It's a sesh. We're having a sesh.
Oh my God. No, I'm definitely, in the terms of trying to achieve these things, like I've given myself a lot more like love and grace, and for as confident of a person as I am and as much grace I give myself in a general day-to-day basis, I've directed it more purposefully toward like how I've been more negative toward myself in certain areas. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that work for you? Some people negativity works for. Some people can thrive off of it.
I don't like it because I'm just a naturally positive person. Like that's
where I would think it would make you really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like being hard, like I'm hard on myself. Like, come on, KateLynn, like just get your shit together. Like, what are you doing? Like,
you can do this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
More like a pep talk negativity.
Yeah. It's not like I feel like shit. What's wrong with you? Like shame. I don't like that. I don't want that around me. So,
but can you use past shame? Because I'm good at that. I'm
Yeah,
good at
that's what I'm
recalling.
saying.
I'm good at recalling past bad experiences and feelings to use for present goals. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Nicole and I actually talked about that a long time ago, where some shame is good, and I've felt that because I've done that same thing that you're saying. It's like drinking is a good example. Like, do I really want to feel like I did that one time with that horrible hangover? Because I'm doing the exact same stuff now that I did that. Like, do you really want to be this right now? And it's like, okay, no,
maybe not.
So like, I've definitely done that and been. And I talked about it in a mini-sode too, where it's like there's some like, not necessarily with our like my health or fitness goals, but just like my professional goals. I'm definitely really hard and negative about myself, and I'm just getting over that. So
yeah, it's hard, but I don't know, like it's harder to me. Like, I've gotten pretty good at the health and fitness part and performing when I don't feel like it. Like, I'm not scared anymore. I think it was Zan I was talking to this about, but it's like I still get those feelings of not wanting to work out or wanting to just eat a bag of chips instead of my meal plan, right? Like, I still feel like that, but I don't fear that anymore, that will actually happen. Like, I will get those like thoughts or kind of like impulses, but I'm just like, like it's not gonna happen. That is a huge shift, right?
That's a great way to look at that.
Like,
That's
I'm
so
not
true.
scared of it anymore. I used to be scared of it. Like, when I would start thinking about like, oh, I really don't want to skip the gym, I'd be like, oh my God, are you gonna skip the gym?
Are you really doing this? Yeah, I don't know. Like,
oh, I have two devils. I don't even have an angel on my shoulder. I feel like I'm the angel, and I have two devils.
Oh my God!
That's how I feel like it's in the voices in my head are the bad ones. And I'm like, no, listen to Saint Lindsey.
That's such a hilarious analogy. Oh my God!
But I'm not scared. Those voices are not powerful. Yeah. They're still there though. I guess forever. I don't know.
I would agree with you 100% because now that you say that, looking back over the years, really, everybody does have that fear. They're scared to lose the motivation. They're scared to encounter a roadblock, and like
they're scared to try because they're gonna fail. Is what I've seen. Like, people really scared to go all in from that fear of letting themselves down or saying it out loud and having people know that they failed. Like, literally scared to put it all out there. And I think that's a big shift when you see yourself as the voice of good and right, and you the other things, the intrusive thoughts or whatever you want to call them, they're the outsider. Whereas I used to view myself as I only felt like myself if I was doing something bad, almost. Like, I felt like that's the real me, right?
Oh my goodness.
Like, when I was trying to be good and put on this like fake face of health and fitness and not drinking and not acting awful, I felt like that was the fake me. That has at some point, no on and off switch, but at some point that changed.
That's really beautiful.
Is it? Or is it scary?
No, I've never really heard anybody distinct it in that way. Wait, is that the right word? You know what I mean?
Sure.
I've never had it like put that way, or just that like thing put into words. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. But it's so true, is that shift of like, this is blah. My headphones just
at the same time.
And my thumb's in it.
Oh, it looked like they just exploded out of your ears.
Let me make sure I have the right. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, no. As I was saying, that it is so true that does happen, and it is a big shift when you finally just like, this is me. Like, this is my identity. This is who I am, and I think that once that happened, a lot of those self-doubts go away. And I'm doing a highlight reel of my life right now. Seeing like those exact fears just kind of like go away. Or when
Yep.
I don't feel like going to the gym, just like,
Yep.
maybe tomorrow. There's still time in the week. Like, KateLynn, like, really? Though, like, really? You're not that busy. Like, come on.
Yeah, you're not busier than, that's why I tell myself, you're not busier than anybody else in this world. It's just up to you if you're going to be like everybody else in this world or not. That's a big distinction. But I still do, and I think that this is wrong. I would like to preface saying that I do think that this is wrong for a lot of people. But for me, like, you know how you have those core memories? Like burning shame, that kind of, where you're just like really feel terrible, or you promise yourself you were in such a bad mental, physical, emotional state, it was never again. I hold on to those things like diamonds and pull them out all the time and feel that shame again, that negativity, that poor decision making consequence. Like, those are important to me to draw on. I don't know. I think we should just move on. And I will say this: I'm unwilling to change.
Well, I don't think it's bad because, like, you're taking, think about it in like an extreme sense, right? Let's say the extreme drug addict, when he's sober now, right? And he's thinking, he's like, I want to shoot up again, but like, wait, let me remember how shitty my life was, and then that motivates you. So it's like kind of like Nicole had said before, like some shame is healthy and good.
Yeah, and she's nice. She said it was okay.
She said it's good. She knows stuff.
She knows stuff about things.
Yeah. I do that too, like we said, but what's one of them for you?
What? Well, I think, I don't know. Like,
it's okay. You don't have to share.
Yeah, there's stuff that nobody wants to know about, but just it's like if someone is probably, I don't know if anyone's naturally self-destructive, but if you are self-destructive for whatever reason, it's hard to harness that energy and redirect it.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what keeping those little nuggets of really bad times alive, like in apartments. I always say, I'm going to get committed after this podcast. But like in my head, I keep bad things in like an apartment complex. like the death of my dad or my grandparents, or bad things that I've done, said, and changed. And like when I need them, I go in there and I feel that. Don't stay long. You don't want to stay long. You don't want to get bogged down. But you can go in there and visit it. Remind yourself of the value that it still holds, and then shut the door and come back out.
I still think that's good, because there are people, you're right, that if they do that, they might spiral into a depression, and it's not good for them. And it does take time to rewire your brain if you naturally are, like you said, self-destructive, to recall those feelings and memories and use it for good. It's like having a superpower. Look at you.
Yeah, it is. It's turning something that feels inherently wrong and bad about you as a person, but using it to bring out the good. And that helps me so much, because no, I'm probably not getting the biggest and brightest halo, fluffiest set of wings in heaven.
Let's see.
But I get to go.
I get to go, though.
I'm in the choir. Here's me.
You're so funny. I get to go too.
Yeah.
You can sit by me next to each other. Yeah. We'll sit next to each other. Let me ignore this phone call. Yep, bye. I like that. Well, we didn't need to go into too much today. I just wanted to kind of talk, because this episode will air on New Year's Day, so we gotta give the
New
people
Year's
something to listen
Day.
to. Yeah.
So if you feel like you're just a constant 2 steps forward, 3 steps back kind of person, me, like it's something weird inside of you that you can only get so far before you do something to pull yourself right back. Harness that. Maybe you are not the best person. That's okay. You can still accomplish all of your goals and use that badness for good.
Yes.
And not that I was ever a bad person. I don't want to.
You're really ragging on yourself.
But I'm not. Like, I was, I've never done anything horrible. You can Google it. I'm fine. I didn't do anything horrible. But it was just like a constant in, like, fitness and other things, just constantly, I'm getting this far. Like, oh, I've done so good this week with working out and nutrition. You should eat 6 pizzas and drink 4 bottles of wine about it. That kind of deal. Just like, what is that? Or you constantly pull yourself right back out of success. What is that?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but I think everybody's done that.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone's done that for sure. Did you read my last check? I'm just kidding.
I was like, yeah, but that wasn't in there.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, so this will be on New Year's Day, and I wanted to give the people a little something to listen to, a little something to pep in their step, and use your bad powers for good powers.
Yes, you're not a bad person. You just haven't learned to harness your energy and direct it towards the right things that actually matter to you, that impact your life in the right ways to make them stay.
Well, I'm particularly looking forward to 2024, especially because...
Oh my God, me too. Oh my God, me too. Oh my gosh, yes. Everything's happening. Like, it's just so good. Everything's so good. And we're just like, I love I know I'm not supposed to, because I'm a trainer. I'm supposed to hate these resolutions. I don't. I love them. I think it's fun.
I've come around. We used to roll my eyes at it, but I've come around.
Any kind of energy, any kind of push.
Energy.
I'm breaking my surfboard out. I'm riding the wave. I don't care. I'm going.
Is that one of your things?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I took it too literally. I thought you had, like, surfing lessons on your list of resolutions.
No, I try real hard not to get in the ocean unless it's to take pictures of my kids doing stuff.
Oh my God. No, I have definitely come around to the resolution idea, but or any excuse to, like, take advantage of that energy that everybody's gonna feel at the new year.
Ride the wave, baby, and be nice. Be nice to everybody. Everybody at the gym. Help them out. I was just gonna say, show them how to use the equipment.
Be nice.
Be like, do you want to work in? Can I help you? Like, you can wait on them to leave, right? And a lot of them will. We know this. A lot of them will fall off, but some of them won't. There's a decent portion that won't, that will start getting better, and therefore making their families better and their friends and their children, and support that.
Amen. I was definitely going to bring up the gym etiquette topic. It's so true. Be nice. I'll definitely roll my eyes at the 800 extra people in there whenever I go. But I have to remind myself that we're all in this together. We're all chasing the same thing.
We are. And it's a good time, if you can, to work out at a weird time.
That's
like
true.
If your work will let you take your lunch break. Yeah, well, it's important. If your work will let you take your lunch at 10 or something 3. Like that, do it.
That's exactly what I do. All right.
Me too.
Well, thank you, Lindsay.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful that you have been a part of my life.
I'm grateful for you too.
I'm gonna cry because I don't have Mark here, and I'm sad today.
When's he coming back?
Friday! The ding dong had to stay there all week. Anyway.
It's almost here.
solo here. But anyway, thanks again. And everybody, Happy New Year. Okay, bye.
Happy New Year. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the FFP Alignment Podcast. Please support us by downloading, rating, and recommending us to your friends and family. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at the FitFemme Project. That's FITFEMME Project. And for those of you looking to find their essential balance of lifestyle and fitness, book a free consult by going to thefitfemmeproject.com. That's FITFEMME Project.com and click Apply Now. Until next time, this is the FitFemme Project Alignment Podcast.